Good morning, everybody. Good morning. A very warm and a hearty welcome to every one of you after a very long time in front of you with a super amazing session. Yes, so today we are going to start a brand new chapter, which is going to be the very last chapter of your human physiology unit as per your 11th NCERT biology. Chemical coordination and integration, that is the endocrine system. And in today's class, we are going to discuss about two different organs, that is hypothalamus and the pituitary gland. Just give me hearts on the screen and let's move forward with this super amazing session. A brand new comeback from BioPoint for NEET and Boards 2023 with the chapter Chemical Coordination and Integration. Yes, everybody. I hope my audio is perfectly fine and clear for everybody, and the screen is also absolutely fine for each one of you. Yes, everybody. Yes, very warm good morning to everybody. Yukti, Binaya, Anandu, everybody. Yes. This is an amazing Telegram group at t.me/neet_biopoint. The link is given in the description box. Those who have not become a part of our Telegram group, don't forget to click the link and join our Telegram group for the latest updates. Pride of BioPoint, congratulations to everybody for your hearty success, for making us proud. Yes, everybody, congratulations to each one of you. Not only those who are on the screen who haven't sent us the pic, also congratulations for your success on your CBSE Class 10th examination. Those who are watching the session right now, don't forget to hit the like button, do share it with your friends and subscribe the amazing platform for more updates on biology. Yes, Fatima, how is your studies going? Yes, don't forget to subscribe the channel, those who have not become a part of our channel yet. Yes, just tell me yes or no on the chat box so we can start with a super amazing session. Just tell me yes or no on the chat box and let's start with the super amazing class. Yes, Himanshi, good morning. Yes, thank you so much, guys. So guys, today we are going to discuss about the chapter Chemical Coordination and Integration. That is simply, if we have to say, we can tell like that is endocrine system. Okay, actually this endocrine system, a small part of it was there in your 10th standard in the chapter Control and Coordination, but since it was not in the syllabus, even I have not taught it for you, even your school might not taught it for you. Okay, But certain students may have a small idea about it while they were preparing for some entrance examination or something in your class 10. But today we are going to discuss in a very detailed way about different endocrine systems and glands which are present inside our body. So before beginning the chapter, let us go into the last 8 years NEET and AIPMT subtopic analysis of the chapter chemical coordination and integration. Okay. Guys, firstly, this chapter can be divided into so many subtopics, and the first is endocrine glands and hormone. The very first topic which we have to complete is the endocrine glands and the hormone. Then we have to have an idea about the human endocrine system, hormones of the heart, kidney, and the gastrointestinal tract, mechanism of hormone action, role of hormones as regulators and messengers, hypo and hyperactivity related disorders. Ready everybody? Ready? Everybody is ready for the super amazing and absolutely fabulous class, everybody? Can we start with the very first topic? Yes, very good. So guys, we are going to discuss about the endocrine system in detail. Okay, before we begin something, let me take out a blank slide so that I can show to you something important. Yes, I hope you can see the screen perfectly. Yes, so guys, our body should be coordinatedly functioning. Okay, our body should be functioned in a very coordinated manner. That is, they have to be coordinated in each and every function. Okay, that is, there are two types of coordinating mechanisms or coordinating systems inside our body. That is the neural system and the endocrine system. Okay, neural system and the endocrine system. Clear everybody? So this neural system and the endocrine system would regulate their functions vice versa. Okay, they will regulate their functions between themselves. That is, neural system will control endocrine system will control neural system. So as such, they will coordinate and control each other as well. So neural system does its activity through impulses, conduction, electrical impulses. Okay, neural system actually produces electrical impulses, whereas endocrine system produces certain substances known as hormones. Okay, they are hormone. Very good, Himanshi. Endocrine system are without that way, which we'll be studying. Is this point clear for everybody? So two systems are required for coordinating our human body, that is the neural system and the endocrine system. So two particular systems are required for coordinating our human body. And guys, in this chapter, we are going to study in detail about the endocrine system. Okay, so let's get started anyway. So guys, endocrine system means, before we learn about the endocrine system, let me tell you, there are two types of glands present inside our body. How many types of gland present inside our body? Two types. That is, first one is the exocrine gland. Exocrine gland and the endocrine gland. Which are the two types? Repeat it along with me on the chat box, everybody. Exocrine gland and endocrine gland. Exocrine gland produces a particular type of secretion known as enzymes. Which is the particular secretion? It is enzymes. Whereas endocrine gland produces a particular type of secretion known as hormones. Okay, Fatima, are you here? Are you taking down the notes? I'm not receiving any comments. That's the reason. Yes. So what is the secretion of the exocrine glands known as? It is the enzymes. And what is the secretion of the endocrine glands known as? It is the hormones. And guys, one more important point which you have to remember is that the exocrine gland are ducted gland. That is, they have special duct to carry their secretion. Guys, for example, in the chapter digestion and absorption, I have taught you in a very detailed way about the secretions of the salivary glands. The three types of salivary glands are there, and the different salivary glands pass on their secretion in different duct. Wharton's duct, duct of Rivinus. Hope you are remembering the name of the duct. Pancreatic duct, then hepatopancreatic duct, cystic duct, bile duct. I hope you are remembering that. Yes. So all those are the special type of duct which are present. Okay, there are special duct present inside our body to carry the secretions of the exocrine gland, or in simply we can tell there are special duct to carry enzymes. Whereas the endocrine gland, as Himanshi have already told me, it is a ductless gland. Endocrine glands is ductless. Done, everybody? Is this points clear? Is up to here, is it clear? Then a small short trick also I would like to tell you. Just write it down. Enzymes are known as biological catalysts. Enzymes are biological catalysts. This is not a short trick. We have already studied in the chapter. Biomolecules, different type of enzymes, right? Biological catalysts. Whereas hormones are known as chemical messengers of the body. Chemical messengers. Up to here, I hope it's absolutely fine and clear for each one of you. Yes, they are the chemical regulators. Yes. So let's move on to the slides one by one. Yes, everybody. Yes. Listen very carefully, and if you have any doubt, just clarify it right now, right here with me itself, and leave the class. Okay. So endocrine system includes the endocrine glands. Okay, the endocrine system includes the endocrine glands along with their secretion, which is the hormone. Guys, which type of gland produces the enzymes? Comment me on the chat box. Which type of gland produces this enzymes? Enzymes are produced by which type of glands? Yes, very. Enzymes are produced by the exocrine glands. Okay, that create confusion. That's the reason why I asked you the question. Exocrine gland. Okay, Himanshi, endocrine gland actually produces the hormone, right? Endocrine gland, ductless gland. That is why they produces the hormone. Is your confusion cleared? Is your confusion clear? Don't make this confusion right now. This is the platform, or this is the area. Since you're hearing this for the first time, this is the place where you can make out mistakes, so that I would be you are letting me know at what point a student can make mistake. Okay. So whatever, don't step back thinking like I don't know the answer. If I say it will be wrong. No, if you say the wrong only, I am here to correct you. Done? Yes. So the endocrine system includes the endocrine glands and their secretion. Hormones are actually non-nutrient chemical. Okay, guys, this is a very important one. Read and write each and every important point. Okay, all these are previous year question. Hormones are non-nutrient chemicals that act as intercellular messenger. What do you mean by intercellular? Between two cells. Intercellular messengers that are produced in trace amounts. Very important question which is definitely being going to be asked for your exam. Yes. So guys, what are the different types? This is the thyroid gland is an example. Adrenal gland is an example. Thymus gland is an example. Pituitary gland, hypothalamus, adrenal gland, pancreas, testis, ovary, everything are examples of the endocrine gland. So guys, whenever I ask you what is a hormone, from now onwards, okay, before you hear the chapter, you can simply tell secretions of the endocrine glands is known as hormones. But from now onwards, if I ask you what is a hormone, you have to comment three different points. Non-nutrient chemicals act as intercellular messengers. They are produced in trace amounts. Done? Ready, everybody? Ready, everybody? The modern definition of hormone is they are the nutrient chemicals. They are non-nutrient chemicals that act as intercellular messengers that are produced in trace amounts. Yes. Let's move on. Different types of human endocrine glands. Guys, if it's possible, please take it down in your notebook because this is actually the synopsis of the chapter. Because in this chapter we are going to study about these different types of endocrine glands in detail. Number one, you can write it if you are holding a notebook or something, just write it along with me. Hypothalamus. Then we will be discussing about pituitary, pineal gland, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, thymus gland, adrenal gland, pancreas, and the gonad. Guys, can you please tell me which is actually the gonad in the male and which is the gonad in the female? Just who is going to answer the question first? Which is the gonad of the male? Yes, absolutely. The male gonad is the testis and the female gonad is the ovary. So for gonads itself, they are different. For gonads only is the organ that is different, or the endocrine gland which are different in males and female. Look, hypothalamus, pituitary and pineal gland. Hypothalamus, pituitary and pineal gland, all these are present inside the brain. Okay, hypothalamus, pituitary gland and the pineal gland are located over in this region in both males and females. Thyroid gland, parathyroid gland. Thyroid gland is present inside in our front side of the neck, whereas parathyroid are present as 4 dots at the back side of the thyroid gland. Thymus gland is present between the lungs. Okay, thymus gland is present between the lungs. Between the two lungs, you will see the thymus gland. Adrenal gland is found on the top of the kidney. In the top of the kidney, you will find the adrenal gland. Then kidney acts as an extra organ. Okay, you don't have to study about kidney right now. Okay, kidney is not necessary right now. Pancreas, ovary, testis. Are you all taking down or have you took the screenshot of this? Anyway, I don't know whether you are writing it or not. If you are writing, just complete it and tell me whether you have written or not. If you've taken the screenshot, it's fine and okay. Please don't forget to write it. Okay? Clear? Yes. So let us move on to today's topic, that is hypothalamus. Is it ready for everybody? Are you all ready for the super amazing session? Yes, let's move on to the first topic, that is the hypothalamus. The point number one, guys, write it point by point, okay? In your NCERT, it is just like a single whole paragraph. Today, we are going to discuss it step by step. So listen and understand each and every point. There is a lot of disorders. There are a lot of glands, hormones, everything are there in this chapter. Location, function. So don't get confused. Write it appropriately so that you can read it. Done? Yes. Hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is actually present inside the brain. I'm not specifying the correct position. I will definitely be specifying it in the upcoming slides. Okay. Since we have not studied the chapter neural control and coordination, for this chapter at this point of time, you have to, the only thing available is that you have to by heart it. Yes, diencephalon as Himanshi have told. Yes, correct. So, hypothalamus contains certain neurosecretory cells called nuclei. Okay, hypothalamus have certain neurosecretory cells called nuclei which secrete the following types of hormone. So, hypothalamus produces three different types of hormone which is that is, first one is a releasing hormone, second one is the inhibiting hormone, third one is oxytocin and vasopressin. As per your NCRT, you have these two hormones only, but actually hypothalamus produces all the three hormones. Clear? So releasing hormone, inhibiting hormone, oxytocin and vasopressin. Guys, with your common sense, can you just tell me what would be the function of the releasing hormone? What would be the function of the releasing hormone? I'll give you 10 to 20 seconds to answer. Yes, what would be the function from the term as it suggests releasing hormone? What would be its function? Just from your common sense, just answer the question. Yes, it will release the hormones. It will control the pituitary, that is, it will control the secretions. It will help in the releasing the hormones from different endocrine glands. Okay, but what about inhibiting hormone? What about inhibiting hormone? They will inhibit. They will inhibit or stops. They inhibit or stop the release of certain hormone. Whereas the other two hormone, oxytocin and vasopressin, we will discuss about the function. The importance of these two hormones is that the oxytocin and vasopressin are actually produced by the hypothalamus. Listen very carefully. These two hormones are produced by hypothalamus. Produced by hypothalamus, but it is released by the posterior pituitary gland. From where it's secreted? Posterior pituitary gland. Write it down everybody. So hypothalamus produces vasopressin and oxytocin. It is stored and released by the posterior pituitary gland. I hope it's absolutely clear for everybody. Let's discuss each of this in detail. Yes, releasing hormone means they stimulate the secretion. Okay, they stimulate the secretion of the pituitary hormone. Okay, so guys, hypothalamus, the main function of hypothalamus is to control the pituitary secretion. That is why hypothalamus is referred to as the master of the master's gland. Okay, master of the master's gland. Let me take out the blank slide so that I can explain it for you. Yes, listen. Pituitary gland, you might have also known this. Master gland of our body is the pituitary gland. Master of master's gland, that is master of the pituitary gland or the master of the master's gland, refers to hypothalamus. That is, which is the, in spite of releasing all these hormones, the main function of hypothalamus is to control the pituitary gland, to control the secretions, to control the secretions of the pituitary gland. Clear? Is it clear? Yes. So, releasing hormone, they stimulate the secretion. They stimulate the secretion from the pituitary gland. For example, guys, there are a group of hormones which is referred to as GnRH. You have to study the full form of GnRH. It is mentioned over here. Gonadotropin releasing hormone. Gonadotropin releasing hormone. That is, this hormone GnRH will be released by the hypothalamus. This GnRH will be going and acting on the pituitary gland, and it will be stimulated to produce the sex hormones like FSH, LH, etc. I hope you are understanding the topic. It stimulates the release of gonadotropins from the pituitary. So this releasing hormone, which is released by the hypothalamus, is going to be getting acted upon the pituitary gland, which is going to stimulate the production of gonadotropins like LH and FSH. Yes, follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. Fatima, Binaya, Anantu, Himanshi, everybody, just tell me yes or no. If the concept of releasing hormone is clear for you. Yes. And guys, look at the case of inhibiting hormone. Inhibiting hormone. Inhibiting hormone, they inhibit the secretion of the pituitary hormone. Guys, it may take action, it may find its action in case of if the hormone from the pituitary gland becomes excess. Inhibiting hormone can play a positive feedback mechanism, right? So example is the somatostatin. So somatostatin is actually a hormone which is released by the hypothalamus that act upon pituitary gland and inhibits the release of growth hormone. Guys, just imagine if the growth hormone keeps on increasing, if the growth hormone keeps on increasing and increasing, what happens? Then you will become taller and taller and taller and taller. Then what is the condition which you will call them? You will just simply just call such your friends or something like that. Bigger in size, a very large or very tall. Yes. What is that term? Yes, gigantism. If the growth hormone is actually, if the growth hormone secreted by the pituitary gland is released in a very low stage, then hypothalamus will increase the releasing hormone. Okay, the hypothalamus will stimulate the releasing hormone to make pituitary to produce more growth hormone in order to make the baby grow or make the child grow. But in the other case, if the pituitary gland produces excess of growth hormone, then the hypothalamus acts upon the pituitary to reduce its effect in order to avoid gigantism. At that point of time, the hypothalamus secretes a hormone known as somatostatin, which actually inhibits the release of growth hormone from pituitary. Next is the oxytocin and vasopressin. These are transported axonally and stored in pituitary. They are produced by the hypothalamus, but they are actually released by the pituitary gland. Just give me thumbs up on the chat box if the topics up to hypothalamus, that is releasing hormone, inhibiting hormone, oxytocin and vasopressin. Without any doubt, is it perfectly fine? Yes, everybody. Everybody, if there is a single doubt in a single word or a point also, you just ask me right now. Because you won't understand as we move forward. That's the reason why I'm asking you. Yes, I hope it's clear. Okay. And guys, this diagram is given in the NCRT. Okay. Guys, tell me on the chat box the neurosecretory cells present in the hypothalamus. The neurosecretory cells present in the hypothalamus are called what? Forgot. No answers. What happened? Forgot? Yes, only one have commented the answer. What about the others? Seen the answer for the question? Neurosecretory cells of the hypothalamus that produces a hormone is called nuclei. Very good. Yes, Himanshiv asked me what does it mean transported axonally. Yes, right now I will tell in a very simple way. Yes, sure, Fatima. I'll tell about the inhibiting hormone once again. Okay. That is, since you have not studied the chapter neural control, I'll tell in a surface level what is axon. You might have learned in your 10th standard regarding the parts of a neuron. There you have studied about a particular part of the neuron termed as axon. Okay. Here, these oxytocin and vasopressin, they are transported axonally. That is, with the help of neural tissue, that is with the help of neurons, they are actually conducted. Clear? Hypothalamic neurons are present. Hypothalamic neurons, certain neurons are present in the hypothalamus. With the help of that hypothalamic neurons, you are actually transporting. Yes, guys, you have learned this diagram as well, right? One of the dendrite is very long, it may lead to the formation of an axon. Diagram may not be clear, but simply just for your understanding, I'm drawing. Okay. So guys, this is the axon. Just look. The hormones are actually transmitted through this. Through the anterior pituitary into the posterior pituitary. Yes. So that's about the axonally. They are transmitted with the help of hypothalamic neuron. Yes, Fatima, coming to your doubt, inhibiting hormone. Just listen very carefully. That is inhibiting hormone as I have already told you, that is the hypothalamus will act as the controlling center for pituitary gland, right? Hypothalamus will act as a control center for the pituitary gland. Point number 1. If the pituitary gland, the secretion, one of the secretion or one of the hormone produced by the pituitary gland is the growth hormone. One of the secretion, there are so many secretion. One of the secretion of the pituitary gland is the growth hormone. Okay. In certain cases, this growth hormone, in certain cases, the pituitary gland produces excess of growth hormone. Okay. The pituitary gland will produce excess of growth hormone. Guys, if anything becomes more, it will definitely adversely affect us. Right. If hypersecretion, that is overproduction of growth hormone takes place, what happens? Growth hormone is actually required for the growth of our body. So if excess of growth hormone is secreted, that condition you will lead to gigantism. I will show you. You might have also seen in certain diagrams, images and all. Gigantism is a condition, means abnormal growth. Abnormal growth. In order to prevent the abnormal growth or gigantism, the hypothalamus will produce a particular hormone. In order to reduce the particular secretion of the growth hormone, the hypothalamus will immediately produce what? Somatostatin. This somatostatin will easily be acting on the pituitary gland to inhibit or to stop the secretion of the growth hormone. Thereby, the body or the child will not develop a gigantic growth. Is it clear? Inhibiting means it will stop. Certain hormones are there which stops the secretion of other hormone. I hope it's clear. Just tell me. Is it clear? Okay, I'm not receiving any message. Should I repeat it once again? Yes. Thank you so much. Yes. Next is the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is located in a bony cavity known as sella turcica. Okay, pituitary gland is present in a bony cavity known as sella turcica. That is, guys, when we learn about the chapter locomotion and movement, I will show you a 3D image of the same. Guys, inside our brain, inside our skull, there is a structure like this. A bone will have a depression like this. A small structure like this will be there. Okay. So our pituitary gland will be inserted inside this particular depression. So this is the pituitary gland. This is a depression. Okay, this black color which I have indicated is the depression. So that depression you will call them as what? Sella turcica. What you will call them? You will call them as the sella turcica. Look, I hope here itself is absolutely fine, but it's not very clear. Here you cannot find that. Yes. Guys, this is the depression of a particular bone. This is the depression of a particular bone. And look, the pituitary gland is very smooth and finely actually lodged inside this. Right? It is lodged inside that, or it is situated inside that. Okay. So, yes, another blank slide so that I can explain it to you. So guys, pituitary gland can be divided mainly into three parts. Or mainly let me classify pituitary gland into two parts. Okay, first of all, let me tell about the basic classification. It is of two types. That is adenohypophysis. The only way is to by heart, write and study the term. Adenohypophysis. And the second part is the neurohypophysis. Okay, repeat these two terms along with me on the chat box. Just retype the sentence or retype the words, everybody. Which are the two which are the two parts of the pituitary gland? Adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. Okay, adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. Okay, guys, the adenohypophysis is again classified into two. That is, you will have an anterior gland and anterior lobe. Anterior lobe, intermediate lobe. There is an intermediate lobe. Intermediate lobe, and neurohypophysis is also known as posterior gland or posterior lobe. Is up to here, is it fine and perfect? Up to here, is it fine and perfect? Yes. Listen once again, that is anterior lobe is also called pars distalis. This is other term for anterior pituitary. Pars distalis. Intermediate lobe is called pars media. Pars intermedia or pars media and pars nervosa. Pars distalis, pars media and pars nervosa. Clear? In case of human beings, the pars distalis and pars intermedia are actually fused together, so they are not clearly visible in humans. Okay, is it clear for everybody? Can we move back to the slides, everyone? Yes. So guys, it is located in a bony cavity called the sella turcica. It is attached to the hypothalamus with the help of a stalk. Let me enlarge this image so that I can explain to you. Okay, so guys, anterior pituitary consists of pars intermedia and pars distalis. Pars intermedia, pars distalis. So guys, this is the anterior pituitary. You don't have to study about pars tuberalis. Okay, we will be studying only what is mentioned in the NCERT. Anterior pituitary or pars distalis. This black is going to getting indicated what? Pars intermedia. And on the other side, that is this structure is the pars nervosa or the posterior pituitary. Once again, this is the posterior pituitary, anterior pituitary, and this is the middle pituitary. No, dear, it is a first lecture only. It is a first lecture. This is going to be the first lecture only. We have 3 lectures more in this chapter. Okay. Yes. Let's move on. So guys, parts of pituitary gland. Listen carefully. Pituitary gland can be classified into adenohypophysis or anterior pituitary and neurohypophysis or posterior pituitary. Anterior pituitary consists of 2 parts, that is pars distalis and pars intermedia. Guys, what is the name for the posterior pituitary? Comment me on the chat box. What is the other term for posterior pituitary? Is also known as what? What is it? Yes, very good. It is the pars nervosa. Pars nervosa. Okay. I hope you have learned how to pronounce each and every word. It is very clear, very important. Adenohypophysis, neurohypophysis, pars distalis, pars intermedia, and one part more, that is pars nervosa. And the pituitary gland is located in a cavity known as sella turcica. Clear? Yes. This is what we have to study next. Okay. Guys, anterior pituitary produces a set of hormones which are referred to as the tropic hormone. So all the hormones collectively produced by anterior pituitary is known as tropic hormone, and posterior pituitary does not produces any hormone, but it will store and releases hormones from the hypothalamus. Release the hormone from the hypothalamus. So what are the 2 hormones which the posterior pituitary just shares? That is oxytocin and the vasopressin. Just take out your cheat sheet or just take out your short note and write each and every hormone very clearly. Anterior pituitary produces TSH. What is TSH? I will show you the detailed slide of this. Just now I'm just simply telling. TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. Adrenocorticotropic hormone. Guys, thyroid stimulating hormone. What is that? Split the terms and understand its meaning. Thyroid stimulating hormone. That is, the TSH hormone will stimulate the thyroid gland to produce its hormone. That is the thyroxine. Okay, it will stimulate the thyroid gland to produce thyroid hormone. Clear? ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. It will stimulate the adrenal gland to produce its hormone. LH, luteinizing hormone. FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. GH, growth hormone. And PRL. Okay, this can be called as PRL as well. Okay, prolactin or PRL. Vasopressin is also known as ADH, that is antidiuretic hormone. Antidiuretic hormone. Taken down the name of the enzymes, everybody. Just comment me some of the hormones which are released by the anterior pituitary. Come on. Yes. What are the different types or some of the different hormones which are produced by the anterior pituitary gland? Yes, thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, then growth hormone, then prolactin, follicle stimulating hormone, LH, etc. Okay. Posterior pituitary does not produce any hormone, but it will actually stores and releases the hormone which are produced by the hypothalamus. Look, we have a lot of slides to learn. Yes, can we move a bit more faster? Yes, guys, please take a screenshot of this slide. Pars distalis or the anterior pituitary produces the following type of hormone. GH is growth hormone. Look, it's over here. Somatotrophin or growth hormone, GH. PRL, prolactin. Thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH. Guys, I'll provide the PDF today itself in the NEET notes group. Okay, in our Telegram group, I'll provide this notes today itself. So, adrenocorticotrophic hormone, ACTH, follicle stimulating hormone, FSH, luteinizing hormone, LH. Learn the full form of each and everything. Very, very important. Sometimes for the NEET exam, they'll simply ask you, PRL stands for, very easy question, prolactin. ACTH stands for adrenocorticotrophic hormone. So very direct and simple question can also come for your exam. Okay, so let's learn one by one. First one is the pars distalis. The first hormone about the pars distalis, somatotropin or growth hormone. Look, dwarfism. What is the cause of dwarfism? Due to low growth hormone, due to the low production of GH. Gigantism, due to overproduction of GH. Understanding the differences between gigantism and dwarfism very clearly from the diagram, everybody. Are you understanding? Yes. So that is what I told you, what is a function of the inhibiting hormone. That is, at the case when it is turning into a gigantic growth, somatostatin is acted upon to the pituitary in order to reduce the release. Okay. So the only thing in this chapter is to by heart everything. Okay. There is no much explanation or understanding this chapter. The only thing is to by heart. You have to study which gland produces a hormone and what are the secretions of a particular gland. When you are taking a particular gland, you have to study which is the hormone produced. Where is the location of the gland? At that is what are the functions of the hormone? What is the disease that is caused due to the overproduction and underproduction of the particular hormone? Okay. So somatotropin or growth hormone for body growth, that is a function. It is produced by the anterior pituitary gland, pars distalis. This you have to study. Over secretion of GH causes gigantism, abnormal growth. Hyposecretion, guys, hypo means what? Low secretion. Okay. Over or hyper secretion, over secretion, or you will call them as hyper secretion. Low production, or you will call them as hyposecretion. Okay, you will use these terms interchangeably in this chapter. Overproduction of GH causes gigantism. Low production of GH causes dwarfism. So guys, what are the two different disorders that are caused by the excess and low production of GH? Which are the two diseases? Overproduction causes gigantism and overproduction causes gigantism and low production causes dwarfism. Clear? And guys, in case of adult, these gigantism and dwarfism is taking place in case of small children or infants. Children. If excess of, in your exam, they will ask you a question separately like this. Okay, they will ask you the question separately like that itself. If growth hormone, listen the question very carefully. If the growth hormone is produced in excess quantity in a child, if the growth hormone is produced in a child in an excess quantity, then it may lead to the development of a disorder known as excess production of growth hormone. Excess production of growth hormone in a child leads to gigantism. Low secretion of GH in child causes dwarfism, whereas in case of adult, the overproduction of GH causes a disease called acromegaly, which leads to severe disfigurement, especially of the face. This is a previous year NEET question. Okay, I hope you might have understood the difference between acromegaly and gigantism. Have you got it? Have you got it? Acromegaly is caused due to the hypersecretion of growth hormone in case of adult, whereas gigantism is caused due to the hypersecretion of growth hormone in children. Okay? Yes. Next is the prolactin. What is actually the function of prolactin? It regulates the growth of mammary gland and milk production. It helps in milk production. It does not help in the secretion. It helps in producing the milk. It helps in the growth of mammary gland and milk production. Okay. Thyroid stimulating hormone or TSH. It stimulates the secretion of the thyroid hormones from the thyroid gland. It stimulates the production of thyroid hormones from the thyroid gland. Adrenocorticotropic hormone ACTH stimulates the synthesis and secretion of steroid hormones from adrenal cortex. Is this slide absolutely and perfectly clear for everybody? Just give me thumbs up on the chat box. Just give me thumbs up on the chat box, everybody. So we have discussed about the growth hormone. We have discussed about the prolactin. We discussed about the thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone. Yes, I cannot see any messages of Fatima and Himanshi coming. Yes, thank you so much. Yes. Next is the follicle stimulating hormone, or it is known as FSH. It stimulates the gonadal activity. That is, in case of males, it promotes the testis development, and in case of females, it promotes the ovary development. In males, the FSH and androgen regulate the process of sperm formation or spermatogenesis. And in females, FSH stimulates the growth of ovarian follicle. Okay? Immediately when you hear the term LH and FSH, you will be confused, right? You'll be thinking like FSH and LH are found only in female. They are found only in females. You'll be thinking. Okay, but they are also seen and they're also produced in the male as well. Okay, they're produced in the male as well. So in male, the FSH regulates spermatogenesis, and in females, FSH stimulates ovarian follicular development. Clear? Is that clear for everybody? Yes. Let's move on anyway. Let me take how many slides are left behind. Yes, 4 more slides are left behind. Next is the luteinizing hormone. Guys, luteinizing hormone actually act on the male sex organ to produce the secretion of the male sex hormone. Whereas in females, it induces ovulation and maintains corpus luteum. We will study about corpus luteum and all in the chapter human reproduction in your class 12. Okay, in the chapter human reproduction. Guys, a very thing happened over here, that is the mobile phone in which I was reading the chat box got switched off due to low charge, so I'm not able to see your chats. But anyway, just keep the josh and just comment down whatever the answers of the upcoming sessions and slides. Okay, upcoming slides, and last you will have a quiz also, so for that also you must comment the answers. Okay, so guys, two important things, that is, you have learned about two different hormones, that is FSH and LH. FSH and LH. What is the function of this follicle stimulating hormone? It will promote sperm formation. It will promote sperm formation. And it will also form ovarian follicle development. Ovarian development as well. Whereas luteinizing hormone secrete androgens or male sex hormone. And females, it releases progesterone and induces ovulation. Clear? So these are the two functions that distinguish between the FSH and the LH. Next, we have discussed about the intermediate lobe, right? Intermediate lobe. Guys, can you just comment something if my audio is perfectly fine and clear for everybody? It can be your chats from here. Is the audio absolutely fine for everybody? Yes? Am I perfectly audible to everybody? Yes, thank you so much. Yes, I can see your chats. Okay. So guys, the intermediate lobe is the pars intermedia. Okay. That's the middle lobe. It will secrete only a single hormone. It will secrete only a single hormone, which is the melanocyte stimulating hormone MSH. In human beings, the pars intermedia is almost merged with the pars distalis. The MSH hormone actually acts on the melanocytes to regulate the skin pigmentation. Okay, what is it? The melanocyte stimulating hormone. Melanocyte stimulating hormone. It is actually acting on the melanocyte cells to stimulate the skin pigmentation. This is the pars intermedia. Okay, they will act on the melanocytes. That is what you mean by melanocytes, that gives the skin color. Those cells that help in the color formation of our body. That is the melanocyte. So this pars intermedia hormone, that is referred to as the MSH or melanocyte stimulating hormone, will act on the skin to control the pigmentation. Neurohypophysis, as we have already discussed, it does not produce any hormone. It will store and secrete the hormone produced by the hypothalamus. Oxytocin and vasopressin. What are the two hormones? Oxytocin and vasopressin. Oxytocin is actually released in case of smooth muscle contraction during childbirth. It stimulates the contraction of uterus at the time of childbirth and milk egestion from the mammary gland. Name the hormone that helps in the production of milk. Tell me, that helps in the production of milk. Which hormone stimulates the production of milk? Just tell me. Yes? The hormone that stimulates the milk production, it is the prolactin. That stimulates the milk egestion is stimulated by the hormone referred to as the oxytocin. Okay, it is referred to as the oxytocin. And guys, next hormone that we discuss is the vasopressin. Next hormone we discuss about is the vasopressin, or it is called antidiuretic hormone. That is antidiuretic. Diuresis means loss of water. Antidiuretic means to prevent excess loss of water through urine. That is, it helps in the reabsorption. It helps in the reabsorption of water and minerals by the kidney. Okay, to reduce diuresis. To reduce diuresis. Is this topic clear? Vasopressin or antidiuretic hormone ADH, it stimulates the reabsorption of water and electrolytes. It reduces diuresis. Deficiency of ADH in the body results in water loss and dehydration. That is referred to as diabetes insipidus. This is not the diabetes or the sugar which you are hearing from might be your grandparents. Your parents would be having especially your grandparents would be having. It's not about that diabetes where you find glucose in the urine and the blood. It's not like that. Diabetes insipidus is actually associated with the loss of water. If in case of a person detected with diabetes insipidus, excess water loss will be happening. Why? Because there is only very low secretion of a hormone called ADH. Is this clear? Is this topic clear up to here? Can we move on to some of the questions that we have studied from today's class? Yes? Can we move on? Yes, Calvin, the class is going to end. Can we move on to some short questions? Yes. Just comment down the answers, everybody. I'll give you 10 to 20 seconds to answer each and everything. Okay? Which one of the following statement is correct? Which one of the following statement is correct? Endocrine gland regulate neural activity but not vice versa. Neurons regulate endocrine activity but not vice versa. Read one by one. Endocrine glands regulate neural activity but not in the reverse order. It is actually a wrong statement. In the initial itself, I have told you endocrine glands regulate and coordinate the neural activity, and the neural glands, and that is a neural system, actually controls the endocrine. Neurons regulate endocrine but not vice versa. That's again wrong. Endocrine glands regulate neural activity and nervous gland regulate endocrine activity. So option C would be the correct answer for this question. Next question. GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone, which is actually a hypothalamic hormone needed in reproduction, act on. We have learned that, right? We have learned that. Where is it going to act upon? Yes, where is it going to getting acted upon? The GnRH hormone, gonadotropin releasing hormone, is going to be acted upon the anterior pituitary gland. Okay, and which will stimulate the secretion of FSH and LH. So which is the correct answer among the one given over here? Anterior pituitary gland stimulates secretion of FSH and LH. Yes, that's a correct one. Right? So option number A will be the correct. It acts on the anterior pituitary gland, stimulate the secretion of LH and FSH. Third question. The posterior pituitary gland is not a true endocrine gland. Why? Not a true endocrine gland. NEET 2016. Guys, all the question we are discussing are previous year question. NEET 2017, direct question. AIPMT 2006, direct and an easy question. Right? This is a 2016 question. The posterior pituitary is not called a true endocrine gland. Why? Why? It is provided with a duct. No. It only stores and releases hormone. Yes, because of that, it is called not a true endocrine gland. Because it does not produces any hormone, it will secrete or it will release the secretions from the hypothalamus. Next, last and the final question. Which of the following hormone, though synthesized elsewhere, is stored and released by the master gland? Which is the master gland? It is the pituitary gland. So which is the hormone? AIPMT 2015. ADH, right? ADH and oxytocin. ADH or vasopressin, and the other hormone is oxytocin. Right, everybody? So that's all for today's super amazing session. You will have the class at 3 p.m. on biological classification like yesterday's ACO board session. Be prepared. Today you have a set of questions numbered 1 to 30. Today you have a number of questions from 1 to 30. So get ready with that. Okay, be ready with those papers, with your sheets. Everybody have to join for that. Today, be prepared with the topics Kingdom Monera and Kingdom Protista. You'll be doing 30 important questions in 45 seconds each question. Bye-bye, everybody. See you in the next class. And in the evening, you have the class on plant growth and development, new chapter of plant physiology. So don't forget to join for all these things. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care and see you.